Yeah, where? Shut the fuck up, Brian. If I smack you right now, you gonna feel that? You're gonna wake up tomorrow, you're gonna feel that. That's real.
That's the red pill, bitch. My backhand just bam.
Chris just grabbed my bag. It's so why don't you like my bag?
Believe me, yours is the last bag I want, dude.
Oh, it's empty. You can have it.
And welcome to Always Room for More. I'm your host, Chris Moore. With me, as always, is Katrina Penny.
Oh boy. Hi, I'm Katrina.
And as always, Ryan.
Hello. I'm Brian.
I wasn't going to keep up with that voice the whole way.
Thank you.
But it's October, man. It's spooky month.
It's spoopy. Spoopy month.
Yeah, spooktacular.
It's spoopy season.
So, we all like music here. We're all different genres of music fans here. We all like different things and the same things, right?
I mean, yeah, we cross over and differ in various areas.
Yeah, a couple. It's like a Venn diagram, a tri-Venn diagram.
Yeah. Well, do you guys know that some of the songs that we like have very dark meanings to them?
That's not surprising.
Interesting. You know, sometimes you don't look too deep into it.
Well, some of them are very, like, right in front of your face. Like, oh, yeah, I see what they're going for.
I mean, I identify with dark music. I'm kind of a morbid person.
Fair enough.
I like my depression. I'm just like, oh, this song speaks to me.
Do you have any examples, or did you by any chance look up the meaning behind Fear of the Dark?
No, that's one I didn't see, but I did see a couple that I do like, songs that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it brings up any songs that you guys might know. We can look them up.
Okay.
I'm a big Doors fan.
Mm.
I love the Doors. I think Jim Morrison was fucking crazy, but very poetic and very... His music is very... I don't know. I read his biography and shit like that.
What I've listened to you listen to from him, like, obviously it has darker meaning. It's his...
Well, some of it, yeah.
You know,
but, like, because he had a weird childhood and stuff like that. But The Riders on the Storm.
Mm.
Remember how strange they didn't like that song?
Was it him that said that?
I think so, but I don't know if he admit this is the reason why, but apparently the song is loosely based, like it was kind of inspired a little bit by the whole Riders in the Night kind of thing by the Outlaws of country.
Willie Whalen and the Boys.
Yeah, right. But Jim read a story about a serial killer who basically killed a family in their car after keeping them hostage for like several days. And that's why like that song has a very dark meaning, because it's about the killer on the road, right?
Riders in the storm.
Its brain is squirming like a toad, right? And that was Billy Cook, the real life serial killer. So, right, it was all about how he basically. Jim Morrison mentions in a passing interview that Riders in the Storm was basically inspired by Billy Cook's spree. Cook killed 6 people, including a young family, while hitchhiking to California. In all likelihood, the Cook murders were inspiration for the song's lyric, "There's a killer on the road, his brain is squirming like a toad," like I said, right? So, that's one of the songs I like. But, like, you guys know the song Polly by Nirvana?
Yes.
Polly? P-O-L-Y?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's...
I actually don't. By Nirvana?
Mm-hmm.
No? Sorry, is it spelled differently?
No, it's P-O-L-L-Y.
Oh, okay. I only put out one L when I did spell it.
Like Polly, like as in a...
Like the name, Polly.
A parrot.
Yep, I got you.
Like Polly wants a cracker, which is one of the lines.
Very nice. I was thinking...
Like Polly wants a cracker, but maybe I should get off of her. You know, and stuff like this, and talks about like blowtorches and stuff in the song.
Okay.
Well, the song is about an actual kidnapping of a 14-year-old girl in 1987. She was returning home from a concert in Tacoma, Washington, when she was abducted by a man named Gerald Friend.
Jeez.
He took her back to his mobile home and raped her. The girl, whose name was not released, was tortured with a whip and razor and horrible shit, you know. This motherfucker was just fucking crazy.
Well, we're going to have to post a trigger warning on this one.
What was the name of that song?
Polly.
By Nirvana. Okay. And, like, she managed to escape, Friend, when he took her for a ride and stopped for gas. She basically went, like, limp, so he thought that she was comatose. And when she saw her moment when he was out getting gas, she fucking took off running. And she got into the gas station. She was like, call the police, and told the attendant what's going on, right? And Friend seen that. He was like, oh, fuck, and got in the car and took off. I think the cops took him down later on, you know.
Damn.
After, like, a 3-day chase or some shit.
Jeez.
That's crazy. Now that you think about it, with that story being brought up with songs, I can think of one, and it's one you haven't brought up yet, interestingly. Smooth Criminal. Is that not about a little girl that was raped? Or is that a fiction story that I was just told?
Well, I can look that up real quick. If you all want to take a toke and smoke weed about it.
Yeah, you know what? I'll smoke weed about that. That's an interesting topic that you brought up, Chris. Perfect for spooky October.
I'm actually kind of curious about a song I like, too.
What song did you say again?
Smooth Criminal.
That's it, with Smooth Criminal.
Smooth Criminal.
I knew
Was the very first version of that song by Michael Jackson? Or did he copy it from somebody else?
No, I think he originally wrote it.
I heard that it was based on that.
Well, actually, some of them.
Okay, well, if you can't find that one, I have one you can look up.
Okay, and what would you like us to look up?
Look up Black River Killer by Blitz and Trapper, and if it's based on anything, because that has, like, that's a story. I sing it, right, and I play it on guitar, and, like, that's a whole story about how this guy is locked up because he killed a man in Oregon, right? And, well, at first he's caught because he kills a girl, right? And then he goes out of jail, and then he kills a guy in Oregon, right? And it's basically about this serial killer that keeps getting away.
Damn.
Right?
What was the name of the song, sorry?
The name of the song's Black River Killer, and it's by Blitz and Trapper.
Damn.
Right? Because, like, one of the the first line of the song is, I gotta... oh crap, I haven't sang it, so hold on. Like, the one line is, it was just about 3 when the warden with the key came to set me free. I asked him for... It was just about 3. One with the key came to set me free. He asked for... Oh my god, I can't remember the lyrics! Gave him in a hat and a worn-out suit.
Kind of give you a brief history on the Smooth Criminal thing.
Okay.
Basically, like many of Jackson's songs he writes are very personal in nature. This one tells a fictional story of a particular adept gangster, something far from his personal experience. Jackson takes the role of onlooker in the song, coming across the victim and asking her over and over, "Annie, are you okay?" Apparently, Annie is not okay. She's been struck by a smooth criminal.
Oh my god.
I can't sing that. If I could sing better, I would have sung that whole last part there.
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Yeah. And so there are apparently 4 versions of the video, with the original being the Moonwalker film. So he made a movie where he was like this gangster. I think there was I remember playing the game for Sega Genesis, Moonwalker.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a Michael Jackson game. It's pretty fucked up. Like, you gotta walk around this, the first part of the game is you walk around this like bar area with many different floors, finding little kids hiding in different areas that are like,
fuck?
I'm guessing like orphans that have been like taken by the gangsters.
It's supposed to be like many different Annies.
Yeah, or one Annie that keeps running and hiding, I guess.
You wanna know what's funny?
Are you okay?
Because,
Are
like,
you okay, Annie?
Little Orphan Annie. Right? From Annie. Anyway.
From Annie.
Well, that's what it's called.
I keep reading something about how he learned it from a CPR class. Because Annie is what they call the CPR dummies. Like, pretty much all over in every CPR class.
Huh.
That's like their nickname for the thing.
It's probably like a...
And so, like, that's the thing you have to ask when you come up to someone.
Are you okay, Annie?
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Did anybody find anything on my song?
Did you look up her song?
No, not yet. Cause I was trying to get to finish yours, but I opened a separate tab for hers.
What was the name of it?
Blitz and Trapper is the band or the person, and then the song is Black River Killer.
You guys need to talk and vamp or something when one of us is looking something
I
up.
know.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
Well, you're both looking shit up, so I'm just gonna be sitting vamping to myself.
Well, I'll tell you about the other song I found. A song that you know and probably like.
Okay.
You know the song One Way or Another
Yeah.
by Blondie?
Yeah.
Well, that's actually a true story about her stalker.
Really?
Yeah, lead singer. She had a stalker boyfriend, I do believe. And so I guess that's like some of the shit he would say to her. One way or another, I'm gonna get you.
Wow.
He would like drive past her house and shit, and like she had to put like restraining orders and shit like that.
Damn.
Yeah, so she used that to make a fucking song, and it was like a #1 hit for her.
Yeah.
So
In your
way
face.
to fucking turn it around. But like, unfortunately, you get weird things like that. Like, I think there's
I remember the first lyrics of that song now. Sorry, it just popped in my head. It was just a little while past the Sunset Strip. They found a girl's body in an open pit. Her mouth was sewn shut, but her eyes were still wide, gazing through the fog to the other side. Those are the first lyrics of that song.
no. We know that there's a couple like metal songs. Obviously, are gonna have some dark tones. Like I think it's "Children of Bodom."
Oh, Children Bodom, yeah. And
The
Black
name in
Dahlia
general,
Murder.
The name and like the
Well,
name
yeah.
is what I'm sorry, we're referencing. Their whole name is basically reference to a serial murder that happened in where are they from? Fuck.
They're from like
I don't know if they're from there, but it's like
Sweden.
Yeah, it's from Sweden somewhere in there, and like there's a lake called Lake Bodom,
Mhm.
right? And so
Yeah.
there was like 4 children that were murdered there, like teenagers that was murdered there while they're camping, and one kid survived, and he couldn't remember what happened. He just remember getting attacked, stabbed, and all this crazy shit.
Well, I mean, Black Dahlia Murder has dark tones too. I
Again,
mean, that
yeah,
means
they're
metal.
named- yeah, they're named after another
Kavara,
right?
like our buddies, right? Like they have a freaking song about a murderous farmer
Yeah,
that
that's a-
freaking like uses blood meal to grow his roses.
I would say that's made up, but then there's Robert Picton,
There is Robert
the
Picton.
serial fucking pig farmer.
Yeah, but what's funny about that is that they were sitting in our garage talking, right? Because the guitarist lived with us at the time.
Yeah.
And he's sitting in our garage and he's looking and stuff, and him and Spinny were talking because he's the bassist, and they were looking at the Weed Whacker, and Strange is just like, wouldn't it be fucked up if we wrote a song about like a guy and like it just evolved from there. I'm like, wow. And that's on their recent album or their last album.
You know what's funny? I would be like, wow, that kind of sounds stupid. But I recently watched some very like C-level horror movies where I could picture they could somehow make that work into a serial killer's weapon.
I literally just watched an episode of Criminal Minds not too long ago where literally the serial killer that they're following in that episode buries his victims on his lawn, and then they plant roses on top of them, right? And I'm just like, well, Kavara vibes.
Again, that's weird because I also watched the new Creep Show has a new season out, and the first episode is about a family where the mom is like supposedly drunk and all this stuff, like hippie kind of chick, and the dad is a fucking one of those. Oh, I fought in the war, stuff like that, and the military and the government, is against me and all this stuff.
How did they end up with a hippie? I don't get it.
I don't know, right? It's one of those weird things. But anyways, she tries to leave with the kid and gets, something bad happens. But anyways, she gets planted underneath some gardening and stuff. right? And I'm not gonna tell you more of it because you guys need to watch that shit. Because Creep Show is a fun little show. The second story is also pretty fun because it kind of makes fun of Beyonce.
Huh. Well, I mean, I've been watching Criminal Minds like pretty relentlessly lately, just because like I don't know, we listen to our horror narrations all the time when we're going to sleep, but I like true crime, and this isn't true crime, but I've watched all the true crime shit, and I'm just like it has basis on true stories in certain episodes, and I love the way they do that show so much. Like I mean, I haven't watched the later seasons. I watched the original, like, early seasons when they were on TV, and then now I'm like, oh my god, all of them are on Disney Plus. I'm freaking watching them. So I'm on season 4 right now, and I haven't watched the show since I was like a teenager. So it's all slowly coming back to me. But like we're on a certain part of the season now where I'm like, wait, I think I remember where they're going with this. I think I remember what happens with the basis of the backstory with the main characters, right? So I'm like, oh shit, I think I know where this is going, so I'm excited because now I want to watch the next episode.
Did you find anything about that song?
No. I did find something, but I'm talking about, like, you know, I don't know, 52 pages long. Like, I kept scrolling and scrolling, and I don't think I found, like, a brief summary, and I was like, yo, if I want the history of how the town was built and who their grandparents were, and their mother and daughter, and what led to the situation where the city that this person, I don't know, like.
So it was a true story, or was I'm very confused.
I think it was. I think it was based on a true story. That song that you were talking about, the Black Killers,
Black River Killer.
See, I was right. I had 2 words right. I just couldn't remember the river. The river kind of flowed away.
Oh my god.
What was I talking about?
Oh my god.
Oh, before you get.
Sorry, homie.
Oh! I'm going to take us down another path.
Oh
a
my
completely
God.
different path.
What?
A similar path. Not too different path.
Oh, what?
You remember the movie The Great Mouse Detective?
I actually never got to see that one.
Oh, really? That was an intense movie as a kid. Like,
I always saw previews
that
for
as you
it.
were 5 or 6. Like, that was, like, intense.
I always saw previews for it, and I always wanted to watch it, but I always got, like, feeling it was going to be sad, and I'm like,
I mean, it is kind of sad. It's Disney.
Yeah,
Disney
I mean, right?
likes to tug your
How much sadness?
tug your tart strings.
Tug your tart strings. Okay there, bud.
Just trying to find other songs that we might have not known that were really, you know, like, oh shit. Like, I looked up, like, other songs just to see if there's other songs, right? And I found a list of 40 songs that have darker meanings. And all I'm seeing right now are Christmas songs.
Of course there is.
With darker meanings. Like, I saw they talked about Frosty the Snowman because I guess the line, you know, run with me all day and have some fun before I melt away. Right? That's pretty dark. Like, come with me until I fucking die.
Like, yeah, like most Christmas songs are kind of depressing.
Or most nursery rhymes have dark, horrible meanings to them.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's true.
A lot of the nursery rhymes are like even like children's like stories. They're based on the Grimm tales, which are super dark. You know, like they're not all. They made them kid friendly. You know, like.
Well, fair enough. Life ain't all sunshine and roses.
Well, I heard about one where it's like they call like the kids and the butcher or something like that.
Yeah.
Or something. I forgot what it's called. But it's this crazy story about like these kids that are playing a game called The Butcher, and one kid gets to play the butcher, one kid gets to play the pig, and the kid playing the butcher ends up slaughtering the kid playing the pig.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that's like a nursery rhyme, right? It's like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of like, isn't like, I mean, obviously Hansel and Gretel, they get eaten by a witch.
At least the brother does.
And then,
At least the stories I've heard.
Damn.
Hansel and Gretel is the most common one.
Kind of reminds me of that story and movie, The Lord of the Flies.
Man, Lord of the Flies is fucked.
Right, when they rolled that boulder off that cliff, man,
I only watched it once, and I was like, nope. Well, because we had to... I think we read the book in school, so we watched the movie, and it was like, fuck, man.
I've never seen it or read the book.
Really?
Yep.
Okay,
What?
that's going on the list then.
I've seen the Simpsons parody of it.
you haven't seen it?
No.
Oh.
That's
I
going
know
on
of
our
it.
list of movies. I don't really want to watch it again, but the fact that you haven't seen it, we have to watch
I
it.
guess. Maybe we can take the time now to talk about the pod that dropped probably like last week.
Oh yeah.
What about?
Well, we got a secondary pod we're putting out, me and Trina. And it's going to be a horror story podcast where basically we're going to talk either real life horror stories, whether it be like true crime stories that are like really fucked up that we're like, what, that fucking happened? And like creepypasta stories that I'll even probably end up writing because I like to write, right? So maybe I'll write my own horror stories and we'll tell
Basically,
that.
just going to be a horror story podcast. True fiction, whatever. We'll
Preview it.
Spinny's going to make fun of me because I can't remember how to say the fucking word.
Is it preview?
No.
Sorry.
Preference?
Preface.
Preface?
I would say
Preface.
preface, but he said it's preface.
That
It doesn't
depends
matter.
on the analogy because they're two different words.
That's true. But anywho, it's gonna be basically like that horror podcast stories, and we have our own true stories that we've lived through that we want to talk about as well. And it's gonna be called Moore's Horror Emporium.
Actually.
Mhm.
Shit.
So yeah, or check that out whenever you can. Go back to our main podcast here. Always room for more.
Welcome back.
Well,
That's
we got to get things going with the other one still.
Yeah, well, when this comes out, we should have that one recorded, like episode recorded and out as well. Like that episode should be out when this episode's out,
Yeah.
so people can look for that if they haven't found this yet. And we're not going to always like bring it up. Like we might every now and then to say, "Hey, check us out," kind of at the end. But we're not near the end yet. You guys know about the other song too, the police song. Every step you take,
Oh, yeah.
every move you make.
I'll be watching.
Exactly. That's creepy enough, right? That's definitely about a
It
stalker.
is. But didn't they, like, redo it
Yeah.
to be, like, a memorial song?
Puff Daddy did.
Yeah.
Puff Daddy remade it so it's a memorial song about Biggie.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it's a pretty heartfelt song, right? Because that was his like good friend. You know, they had some good times together and shit.
I mean, I get it, but it's still, like, you can't not hear, like, well, that's creepy. I mean, every step you take, I'll be watching you. It's
Well-
like, yes, you will.
It's like, it's creepy if you think about it coming from just a random guy in your life, but saying it's coming from a guy that's just watching you from heaven. I
Yeah.
guess that-
Yeah, it's a sweet
reassuring.
sentiment when you rearrange it that way.
When you're coming from the police, though, like, that's just. Well, if it's coming from the real police, that's fucking.
Do you think that's why they did it? They were talking about the police? It wasn't a stalker?
Yeah, talking about police and like,
maybe.
watching fucking people.
That's funny.
Oh, that's pretty funny. I enjoy that one.
And then the other song that I can think of would be Fear of the Dark by Iron Maiden. Did I mention that already?
Iron Maiden, yes. Iron Maiden is right. I thought for a second, I literally like had a brain aneurysm or fart there for a second. I thought you said Iron Butterfly.
What? That wasn't even close to what he said.
I know, right? But Iron Butterfly is fucking in the Vita Legata or in the Garden of Beautiful, where fucking.
Yeah.
Living the vida loca. La, 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 la,
That's a
la.
whole
That's
other-
Ricky Martin.
Yeah, that's a whole other demon.
Wow. They're going to be wondering, your road's not even straight, man. It's like a jagged, like a deer's antler.
What?
We're just kind of all over the place.
We always
like
are.
we went down 6 different song paths. Iron Maiden, no Iron Butterfly. Inagata de Vida.
Living la vida loca.
Careful, he might sue.
Oh, so with Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark, interesting. The song is actually about a paranoid man who constantly fears that there's someone or something about to spring out at him from the dark as a result of watching horror films, interestingly enough, because we're talking about them, and studying the occult. The spooky. I mean, there's some shit behind the fabrics of life that we just don't know about. I'm not gonna lie. Just because you see a wall there, don't mean that a wall. That could be something else. I've been watching The Matrix again, man. Let's just wonder.
That's like a whole other mind fuck, bro.
I
I've been
mean,
watching something that's really good.
well, because they say that, like, the creator of the conscience, I don't know, are we in... I don't know. It's curious. Are we real?
Yeah, we are.
Or yeah, where? Shut the fuck up, Brian. If I smack you right now, you gonna feel that? You're gonna wake up tomorrow, you're gonna feel that. That's real.
That's the red pill, bitch. My backhand just bam. You chose correctly.
It's the difference between the red pill and my hand. You're gonna feel both.
In the morning. Oh. That's reality, bitch. But I've been recently experienced lightheaded episodes. We think it might be something to do with my inner ear, crystals or something. Like there's a whole thing.
It's like your equilibrium's off.
Yeah, and I'm trying to fix all that. But so I was staying home and binge watching some movies.
Oh yeah.
The first series of movies I watched are incredible. I'm sorry, and that's the Predator franchise. Oh my god, those movies, perfect sci-fi action. 1, 2, and Predators and The Predator are great. A.V.P.s, I could go without those. I watched them, but the second one, holy fuck! You ever see A.V.P. Requiem?
I think I have, but it has been a while, and I believe I only did see it once.
So did I, and I watched it the other day, and I was like, holy fuck. Spoilers, folks, if you haven't seen A.V.P. Requiem, but they kill a 12-year-old at the very beginning of the goddamn movie. Like, just kill a 12-year-old off. No problems. And at first I'm like, yeah, okay, that's whatever. It's a 12-year-old. It sucks. That's fucking wow. Can't believe they do that. And then later on in the movie, one of the aliens eats a woman's pregnant belly out of her and eats the baby out of her, basically. I was like, holy shit. Like, damn.
Wow. I mean, damn.
Right.
That's
I was like, this movie
gruesome,
took it to
even by today's standards.
Exactly. I was like, this place took it to a place I didn't think that you could take a movie to these days.
You know what movie still haunts me? Just one scene, and I hate that it's this movie, but it did it so well, and it freaked me out. And like, ugh. And you know what I'm like with broken bones. I cannot handle, like, that is my one biggest, like, if a bone looks like it is about to break in a movie, my ears are covered and I'm closing my eyes. Like, ask anybody that watches movies with me if a slight arm bar that looks like it's going too far, I'm covering my ears because I'm like, that ear's about that. That's about to snap right there.
Any action scene we watch, she's like, oh, there's a snap. Oh.
No, yeah, so I'm very cautious. Well, I read the books, so I knew it was coming, but I didn't know how well they were going to do it in movie portrayal. So, the Twilight series, yes, judge me. I listened to it. I listened to it. I read them when I was 14, right? I was right in the proper age group for it. So 14, 15-year-old me, I loved those books, right? It took me a while to actually get around to watching the movies because I was pissed off that they did certain things in the first one, right? And I wasn't happy with the casting and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so going on to it, in the very last movie, spoiler alerts, but if it's been it's just by the statute of limitations now, you exactly. It's past it. The one scene, she's pregnant, right? And because she's pregnant with a vampire child, like part vampire, it is sucking the nutrients out of her and growing at a rapid rate, right? So she becomes extremely malnutritioned, and like the way they do the CGI on her, they make her look basically like a skeleton with a belly. Damn. Like, they thin her out so much, and she's so malnutritioned that she can't keep any food. She has to drink blood, right? There's this one scene where has a cup, and it's a white foam cup, and she's drinking through a straw, and you just see that she's drinking blood right through a straw, right? And she goes to stand up, right? And she's so weak that her back breaks. Mm-hmm. And it literally is the most gut-wrenching break that you could possibly put into a movie, right? I was in theaters and I freaked. I was like, oh my God! Like, what the fuck? Yeah. I knew it was coming, but I didn't expect it to be so, like, in your face. Right. And the way they did it, I almost vomited. I was just like,
see, I thought you were going to talk about the scene in Terrifier.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
It's not a bone-breaking scene. That's a whole fucked up scene.
No. That was traumatizing. That movie was good up until that point.
For you, I thought it was a fucked up scene. And I even felt,
I was violated just watching that.
So, if you like that kind of movies, you should check out Terrifier if you're still listening.
Trigger warning, though, and spoiler alert. I'm going to say it.
Oh, you're going to spoil it?
I'm going to say it because there are people that might not be able to handle it.
Well, if they're going to hear spoiler, they might already shut it off.
That's fine. If they want to watch what I'm about to describe, go for it, right? Turn it off, skip over this part, that's fine. For the people who don't do well with gore and don't do well with horror and don't do well with I wouldn't say body modification necessarily, but literally, here we go. I'm going to explain it. 3, 2, 1. So he has this girl that he's captured by the ankles, tied to the rafters by her ankles, and she's hanging upside down and she's screaming, right? She's still alive. She's completely naked, right? So you see everything. Like, there is no... Like, this is a rated R movie. Like,
you do remember this scene well.
No, I remember this scene so vividly. It was ridiculous.
Been like 2 years.
Oh my God,
3 years since we've seen this movie.
She is completely naked, and like this clown has captured these 2 girls, and she's hanging by her ankles from the rafters, and the one girl is watching, and there are 2 friends, right? So the one friend is tied up over in the corner, watching him tie this other girl up by her ankles, and her tits are flailing, like, it's ridiculous. And he has her legs spread apart, like spread eagle from the rafters. And he comes over to her. This fucking clown comes over to her with a fucking saw and starts sawing her from the vagina down.
Not like a power saw or anything like that.
A manual
hand saw.
A manual saw. And you watch him saw her as she's screaming and flailing from it is so graphic, and I literally was just sitting there like
legs crossed.
I was mortified. It was so graphic and so like holy shit. Like I was holy shit. Like I can't believe what I like. Yeah. Holy shit.
Enough. You pick some hell of a fucking movies to watch on date night, Chris. And I'm surprised you let him pick these movies.
I like horror movies, though. I just didn't expect... It wasn't gory, really. It was like slight... No, listen to me. Listen to me.
If that's not gore,
can you let me fucking finish? I said it wasn't gory up until that point.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, like, it was like mild gore. Right? And then all of a sudden you get this bitch upside down fucking getting cut in half from her vagina up. And I'm like, holy shit, that escalated quickly. Like...
Vagina down, technically, because she was hanging upside down.
Whatever.
She said it right the first time.
But you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, what the fuck are we watching?
With a manual saw, too.
Yeah, that's Art the Clown from Terrifier. He's fucked up, and that was a really fucked up scene. Really, like I said, the movie is... like interesting to watch if you like those kind of horror psychological and like crazy.
I like
clown
psychological
movies.
and I like paranormal. I'm not a huge gore and action thriller, whatever. I mean, I like the B movie ones because they're so fake that they're funny.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like, it's not real gory, but the new age ones where it's like they try so hard to make it so realistic. I can't do it. Good on you if you enjoy the gore stuff, but Final Destination, Saw, no, and then even newer ones, like those are old, but I'm talking about like even newer ones that have like the real, like, I remember watching, I think, everybody came over to my place when I was in high school and they put on Hostel 2.
yeah.
There's a part in Hostel 2 where they cut the Achilles tendon of a guy and he just I don't know, it was Hostel something, and he freaking falls forward from his ankles, and I literally was like, okay, I'm done. I rolled over and went to sleep and let them watch the movie because I couldn't. I was just like, no.
I think they also take some pliers, snippers, or whatever, and snip the toes off.
I can't do that kind of
torture a young lady's face so her eye comes out hanging out of her
like
face.
I can't do that kind of mutilation, torture, horror.
It's torture porn kind of shit like that.
I hate it.
I don't really watch that stuff either. Like, I don't really watch Saw. I watched up to Saw 3 and that was about it. And
I've never watched the Saw movies because I know what they entail.
The first one actually is interesting when you look at it from like the point of view of the killer and what he's doing and like kind of things like that. Like, it was a unique movie for what it was, and then they went fucking crazy by the third and fourth one. And the fourth one I'd never seen, so I don't know exactly.
Call me boring. I'm just more interested in like the catching of the person, which is why I like CSI. It's not so much like they show people getting killed, but it's in a PG-13 kind of way. It's like, through a window, or like they don't make it super, super graphic. And I'm like, cool with that because I'm not interested in actually seeing them get murdered. I just want to see how they catch the guy that did the murdering, right? And that is just me. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, it's interesting because I think a lot of people probably watch them for different reasons, like kind of your perspective with the detective kind of learning deeper into it, why people are doing things or trying to figure out who maybe done it. Other people maybe get the adrenaline from being on edge, kind of with that constantly, running and looking over your shoulder with somebody chasing you, hoping the other person gets away. Or the adrenaline of those intense moments, because like when you're seeing somebody else go through that shit with like a bone break or some intense like the torture part that Chris was talking about, like, I mean, it gets your blood going because your body feels that when you see somebody else going through that shit. And that type of adrenaline can be a little bit addicting.
As soon as I see pliers come out in a movie, I know exactly it's going to be teeth or nails, and I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as the pliers come out, as soon as any sort of torture device comes out, ask Chris. I'm covering my eyes and my ears. I'm kind of a baby about it.
Yeah.
But I'll still sit through the movie, but I'm going to cover my eyes and ears when I don't want to see something.
True. Well, I think it's the perfect time now to go over some Explain the Strain.
Oh. Explain the strain. Explain the strain. What a glorious feeling to be high again.
You know what? Every night is a glorious feeling to be high again. I think Chris just grabbed my bag. It's Chris, don't do that.
Yeah, let's not say that.
Sorry.
I was just gonna take a picture of it, so we don't forget.
How about you don't do that either?
Oh my god.
Look over Ryan's bag. Going up.
Ew. Nobody wants to see that. That's why you're single. No, I'm kidding. Oh, that was shots. Sorry. That was
mean.
Like a sister to me. I mean, I expect these comments. Annoying. Sorry.
Bite me.
Fight?
Either or.
Children. What's the weed called, Ryan?
So, this week's episode, I got some weed called Buns and Roses.
Buns and Roses?
Yeah, it
Buns
is called
or buds?
Buns. It's called what?
Is it buns or buds?
Buns. It should be called Buns. I know it's called Buns and Roses, yeah. Buns and Roses.
And,
Welcome to the jungle, folks.
what is the percentage of that, dude?
It is 23.3%. Tasty shit.
Indica, sativa, what?
I
Hybrid?
believe it was an indica. I think it was an indica. I could be wrong. If someone wants to correct me, I feel like it is definitely a hybrid, though. It looks like it's a hybrid between Kush Mints and Gelati.
Gelate.
Gelati.
That's a fun word to say, gelati.
I believe. I believe that's a sativa.
Gelato.
The supplier is called Superflower. I think that's why I picked it up, because I had never had any weed from the Superflower before. Look at that little fancy little emblem on it.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like pretty bags.
So why don't you like my bag?
Motherfucker, I'm trying to take pictures here. Making me laugh.
Believe me, yours is the last bag I want, dude.
Well, it's empty. You can have it.
So this bud, it looks nice. It has dark green leaves. Very shiny crystals on that motherfucker. Look at that.
That is some nice looking weed.
That is definitely some smoking weed. You ever just busted up yet?
You know what's another fun word to say?
What's that?
Terpenes.
Terpenes.
I'll let you bust it up, brother.
Total terpenes.
Thank you.
1.04%.
Now, I wanted to ask you guys something about this Explain the Strain thing.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to stop doing Explain the Strain?
Why?
Whoa. We just came up with a theme song for Explain the
And
Strain.
now you want to take it away from me?
No, I don't want to take it away from you. I wonder if it's...
I mean, we are getting a little poor at doing them. We were a lot better at them in the beginning. I feel like we're slacking a little bit. We need to get our shit together.
You know what?
Well,
Let's go
I was
a
also
little
gonna
bit
say-
up then.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you on this one. Buns and Roses, this stem, I'll tell you how it tastes right now. I'm going to eat it.
If that's how you sound when you eat, I would punch you in the face.
Don't chew it on the mic.
Are you actually chewing a stem right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
good.
stems are understandable, but a whole fucking bud is just like... Anyway, we're not going on this topic again because I'm so
Here's
sick of
the
this
thing.
topic.
Here's the thing. I will correct that. If you're gonna eat a bump, if
You're gonna eat a bum! We know where your head's at, Ryan.
Make sure you use Listerine after.
let's take the stem out. If you're gonna eat a bud, don't eat a bud with a stem in it. It was either stem or bud. Don't eat the two together because
You never cross the streams.
Oh my god, you nerd.
Hey man, it's for all my nerdy homies out there. Everyone touch your pocket protector.
After
hey man, if you got a pocket, make sure you protect it.
So,
I'm
why do you
busting
want
up
to
this
cancel
weed.
Explain the Stream?
Well, I don't want to cancel it, but I want to make it better, like you said. So, like, after we take a toke, we're gonna give it a percentage rating. Like, not percentage rating, but like a. What did you think of it from out of 5? Because we never really give any really feedback on these. We just say, "Oh, it's good."
That's fair.
But what do we give it out of 5?
Okay.
30 fucking episodes, 30-something, 2 episodes in, we fucking finally figure out a fucking system.
Okay, if people expect much more from stoners, then they're gonna be let down. Because we have so many great ideas, it's just getting to execute them is the hard part.
So many fleeting ideas.
Like... And plus, I love you all. Everybody who's listening, I do. I love every single one of our listeners.
Right.
But we also work jobs in our daily lives, and it is difficult to stay on top of absolutely everything. As much as we want to try and stay on top of everything,
Well, for the smelling factor, I give it about a 3.5, maybe 4. It's very nice.
So on smell, you give it a 3 out of 4 or 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
A lemony smell to it, I find. I want to say, 3 out of 5 sounds good to me. For smell.
Ooh.
You smell that lemon?
Can I smell a bud?
No.
That is the bud.
Oh.
Yeah, we only had one little bud. That's why I smell a picture of it.
That's okay. That's fine. I got it. Yeah, I do smell the lemon. I like that. Ooh.
Do you
Ooh.
smell the gelati?
No, but I'm liking that. That's good. I'm giving that.
Okay.
I'm giving that
alright.
out of 5.
Don't dip it.
Giving that out of 5. I'm gonna give that a 4. That's a good smelling weed. I like
Yeah.
it.
It's called Buns and Roses. If you ever see that.
I like the smell
Or-
of that.
Did you pack a bowl?
If you
I didn't pack a bowl.
Oh, sorry.
Silly me.
it's okay. That's okay. There's enough for all 3 of us to try it out.
That's the point. This is our final score.
But yeah, if you see anything else from Superflower, maybe try it out. Maybe you'll like one of their other strains. I haven't tried anything else. That's the first thing I've tried by the...
Exactly, and I just had a great idea. 5 on smell and 5 on taste. So we just gave it a 3 on smell. And you gave it a what?
I gave it a 4.
You gave it a 4. So whatever you give it on taste, you put that together, that's your final score.
Okay. Out of 10,
Yeah,
technically.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
So
Alright, so
You
I
gave it a
packed a
3.
toke. I'm gonna taste this shit.
yeah, I smoke weed about it.
Oh yeah, my lighter.
Now, I get a different taste, obviously, because of the tobacco. So.
How much smoother is that for you?
I like that.
That was really smooth.
Yes.
Really smooth.
I don't know
Good
about you,
taste.
but I'm getting almost a slight Granny Smith taste to it. Not the sourness, but the kind of aftertaste I get from a Granny Smith.
That was fucking delicious.
I like that
man.
flavor. It's really good. I'm going to give
I'm
flavor.
giving that a straight 5.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm going to say flavor-wise, we're going to give it a solid 5, I think. So my total's 9.
Okay.
I was thinking 4.5, but I went for the 5.
Okay, so you're saying 4 plus 3, so you got 8?
That's 9.
Oh, I gave it 3 the first time for me, and
Yeah.
5 the second time. So
Wait.
5 plus 3, and yes, it was 8.
I said 4. I know I fucked that up. Because I said 3 for the smell, and I'm saying 4 for the taste. Because I think it could taste a little better. But that's just
Yeah.
me. I think it could have a more of a stronger taste of, like, the kind of the smell. It doesn't have that same taste as the smell.
It's not giving me, like... There's some weeds that, even over the tobacco, give me, like, a burny flavor. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost peppery,
Oh, yeah.
right? And I don't like the peppery ones. This one is nice and light.
That's funny.
It mixed with the tobacco really, really nicely.
Interesting.
It's interesting because you really like pepper.
On my food. Not in my weed. I don't like
mean,
spicy
some
weed.
people like pineapple, but they don't like pineapple on their weed.
So all together,
pineapple
you
weed.
said
I gave it a 9.
9, 8, 7. Trying to do math in my head. Ryan, what's the math on that? 90 plus 7.
Alright, 7 and 9 is 16. Plus 8 is 24.
24 out of 30.
Yeah.
Not a bad
We're
strain,
gonna
guys.
go out of 30.
Well, it's 3 of us.
Sure.
If there was a 4 person, I would say it's out of 40.
Yeah.
Fair enough, yeah.
So, out of 30, it's 24 points.
Nice. I dig it.
Yeah, so check out Buns and Roses or Buds and Roses. I couldn't remember.
Buns. Buns
Yeah.
and Roses.
Buns and Roses.
Yeah.
I mean, if we extrapolate that percentage up a little bit, man, we could give it a Rotten Tomato score.
I mean, I'm pretty...
78%.
No,
I only had one toke, but I was already pretty wrecked beforehand because, like, I was already pretty high and then super tired on top of it, and now I'm just like, whoa.
Lol.
Oh, man.
Hopefully to find some like scarier names for the next couple episodes. Something like I'm gonna go online find some weeds when I get paid.
That'd be cool if we could find like a Halloween
Frankenstein.
weed, a Halloween.
Halloween. There's a movie called Halloween. I watched it.
Not
It's
surprised.
terrible. But
Oh, you
good
remember
segue.
that scene where fucking that fucking weed plant fucking rolls up the one guy and smokes it? Is that in
That's
How
scary.
High?
That's
or a scary movie?
too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fucking weed plant like 6 feet
Rolls up
tall.
shorty.
Fucking
Makes a
rolls
shorty
up,
and a shorty.
rolls up shorty into a joint, smokes him.
But speaking of bad horror movies, I also binge watched a series called Jilcoy. Wow, this was
You
pretty
trying
good
to
weed,
say?
man?
Wow, you trying to say Gecko?
No, Killjoy.
Whoa.
I just mixed the first letters
He
up.
said Jilcoy
Yeah.
instead of Killjoy.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want to watch some great sea horror movies, I mean, the first two are some superb sea horror movies.
Like, yeah, they're not A, they're not B, they are fucking C
Oh yeah,
rated.
nothing against them. They're it just feels like
They're the
college
best
kids,
ones.
you know, trying to make a horror movie, and it's fucking awesome. I found it. I binge watched the whole fucking series. I watched the first one thing as a joke.
It's
Next
true.
thing I know, it's 6:00 in the morning. I'm like, he goes to hell. I'm gonna watch Jill Killjoy go to fucking hell, yo.
Honestly, I woke up to go pee at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and he was still watching it. And I woke up, I'm like, what the fuck?
It's a demonic clown that's a revenge demon, and he comes back and takes revenge on people. Like in the first one, a kid summons him, but he doesn't show up, and that kid gets murdered by a gang because they're like fucking with him and shit, and they accidentally kill him. And so a year later, this clown shows up and starts taking out the gang members one by one in really fucking weird, funny ways. He has quick puns and shit like that. I think I tweeted about it and I said it's like Joker on crack. But then I actually watched the second one, and the second one, same thing, same kind of premise. It's a revenge demon, and he comes back, and again, it's like Joker on crack because he takes his teeth out at one point, and they're like chattering teeth. And he puts it into an outhouse where a girl is trying to like go to the bathroom and stuff, and he's like trying to scare her and shit. So he puts his chattering teeth in there, and they basically eat her alive.
Jesus.
You don't see
What?
anything; you just hear her screaming. You hear the teeth chattering, right? And then the teeth come out, and they have like bits of flesh on them and stuff like that. He puts them in his mouth. And then the third one though is where they get some real fucking money. They make a real fucking movie. The third one. That's why I said the first two are very C movies. The third one actually becomes a B movie if you watch it. And if you want the third one, is like just I would say start the third one. You don't need to watch the first two. Technically, I don't think. The third one is called Killjoy 3, or I found them all on Tubi. So look for them on Tubi. They're a fun watch. I got stoned, fucking sat there, laughed my ass off how crazy they got. And like I was saying, like the third one I find is basically no longer Joker on crack, but Joker meets Freddy Krueger.
Interesting.
Yeah, it gets
Interesting.
really interesting in that one because he does
Terrifying.
shit, right? Yeah, it's just. Oh man, I don't know. I found a new fucking love for these horror movies, man. And then he goes to hell. Like I said, the fourth one he goes to hell, and like in all great horror movie legends, Jason, Freddy, all of them, they go to hell at one point, and then at another point, they all go to space. In number 5, he goes to space.
What is it with them going to space?
Interesting.
Jason goes to space. Leprechaun goes to space. Actually, you know who never goes to space? Freddy. He's never been to space yet, I don't think. No, not a single movie's gone to space with Freddy Krueger.
Maybe
Interesting.
because people don't do.
You don't dream in space. In space, nobody dreams.
In space, nobody can hear you dream.
Nobody can hear you dream anyway.
I don't know.
I know, but there's
Sometimes you talk in your sleep.
Really?
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know. But that's me
Be
hearing
honest
you
with
dreaming.
majority of people talk in their sleep. They're just not aware of it until somebody else points it out to them. So how do you know that you talk in your sleep? You never do, because when you wake up, you're awake. You know if you're talking, you know you're talking. So, like, nobody finds out that they talk in their sleep until somebody else confronts them and they're like, yo, what the fuck were you saying to me last night, Chris?
When people laugh in their sleep, it freaks me out.
Yo,
You do that sometimes.
What?
You do that sometimes.
Really? Oh my god.
I've seen that.
I be sitting there playing games and shit. She's like, I'm like, Trina, you awake? Trina, honey? Okay. Like, you don't snore loud, but there's a,
No.
one of those little hiccup snores.
It's interesting though. You see that happen with like dogs though too. Like with Sadie, Sadie'd be sitting there and it looks like she's stuck in like a little puppy field or some shit, just trotting away or some shit.
Her dreaming is
she's
so
like,
cute.
she's got her little fucking dream barks. Like,
Yeah. What's really cute though is she sticks her tongue out sometimes when she's sleeping and she sucks on her tongue.
She suckles.
that
Yeah, she does
sounds dangerous.
No, she literally suckles in her sleep, like if she's like sucking on like on her mother, right? Like when she was a baby, right? So like you'll just sorry for your ears, people, but you'll just hear a little. Right?
Yeah.
And it's just the cutest little thing because you can see her tongue sticking out of her mouth just the slightest bit. And it's like, oh, stop that. Harley does that too. It's cute.
Yeah, our cat. Just so you know, our cat.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to smoke weed about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll smoke weed about that.
Well, I hope you all enjoy listening in on one of our Halloween episodes. I think this might be the first Halloween episode, maybe the second week, or second, not Halloween, but
The second weed.
the second week, the second week of October, I think this one drops. But yeah, hope you enjoy listening. Again, I'm thinking trying to do spooky-ish episodes for a whole of October.
Attempted, yeah.
Yeah, maybe a special episode here and there. Who knows?
Yeah.
So
We should get a fog machine in here.
Oh, God, we can barely breathe as it is.
We're our own fucking fog machine.
Alright, speaking of fog, let me get that going for us.
Take it on the toe. Because you can find us on Twitter at Always More Pod, and Facebook and Instagram at Always Room for More Podcast. And oh yeah, hey, we're on TikTok. Check us out on TikTok at Always Room for More Podcast. Is it Always Room for More Podcast?
Always Room for More Pod.
Always Room for More Pod.
We'll get them right eventually.
Yeah, and you can check the show notes. I'm gonna try to put them in the show notes from now on. I stopped doing that too.
Why would you stop doing it?
I didn't stop doing it. I never started doing it. I should probably start doing it. Yeah. We're amateur podcasters. We're no pros.
Oh, God.
I just learned how to start editing my own podcast this month. Like,
Which I'm very proud of you for, by the way. You've been doing a really good job.
I think so.
I mean, we've got to at least be average at this point. We're not pros, but we've got to at least be average, and we're past amateur level.
Pack a toke, dude.
Yeah, do you have a bull pack?
All right, you know what? I thought I smoked my last toke for this, but I guess I did not.
We have one more talk to go because we got to sign off to our lovely listeners, and who knows if they like to listen to us talk, but that's part of our thing. Don't play us off like that.
Sorry.
This ain't the Oscars.
This isn't the Oscars.
Just fading away.
Man, I've had a fucking long ass day.
Let's smoke weed about it.
Yeah.
I'll smoke weed with that.
Thanks for coming along for the high, because there's always room for more.